Hey, let's talk about the NBA, if, in fact, I'm allowed to do that, because I didn't play in the NBA. Let's talk about the NBA. Hey, after the Celtics most recently won their game, I went on record and I said something interesting that Kevin Durant took great issue with. In case you missed what I said, here it is. Take a listen. I want to go as far as to say the Boston Celtics match up better versus the New York Knicks without Jayson Tatum than they do with Jayson Tatum. Not because of talent.
Break that down.
Not because of talent, exclusively because of mindset. I believe that a team is a reflection of its leader. Jayson Tatum is the leader of the Boston Celtics. They are an incredible team, an incredibly talented team, but they are not as tough a team. Kevin Durant responded, and he simply said, hot take artists have ruined the sport. Football guys, no disrespect, but y'all boys, me, need to stay in y'all lane. You don't know what it's like between these lines. Man, give it a break. Dude who quit on football early to pursue media talking mental toughness, cut it out. Let me address several things. Number one, let me give respect where respect is necessary to be given. Kevin Durant is a top 15 basketball player of all time. So let's make that abundantly clear that Kevin Durant is one of the greatest to have ever laced up sneakers and graced a basketball court ever. But here is where I would suggest several things were wrong and several things are conflated. Number one, I do think individuals who did not play the sport have an ability to articulate their thoughts on a sport if they give it the necessary respect that it deserves. I believe that, not just football talking about basketball, not just basketball talking about football. I think far too often we make the mistake of the appeal to authority fallacy. And what that very simply put is that we have to believe that someone is an expert on something just because they said so. If your rich neighbor tells you to invest in a stock and you ask them why, well, because I'm rich, duh, when they do not give you any supporting evidence. Now, the claim that I am making in regards to the Boston Celtics that I do not want to be conflated is very, very, very simple. I believe that Jaylen Brown plays a tougher brand of basketball than Jayson Tatum. I do not think that the Celtics are a better team without Jayson Tatum than they are with Jayson Tatum. I believe that they match up better against the New York Knicks with Jaylen Brown as a leader than with Jayson Tatum as a leader, because Jaylen Brown plays a tougher brand of basketball than Jayson Tatum. Not to say that he is a better player, but he plays a tougher brand of basketball. Those that have watched the Knicks series, of which I have, you can understand that the difference between the Celtics and the Knicks is not talent. The difference between the Celtics and the Knicks is toughness. And a leader of a basketball team encourages the rest of the players on the basketball team to follow them. Now, I do not think it is a coincidence that Kevin Durant is the one who drew issue with my statement, because Kevin Durant has always objected to being a leader. This is not my opinion. Look at Kevin Durant's words. In November of 2017, again, viewers at home, I always do my homework. That's what you have to do when you're a backup professional athlete. Kevin Durant said in a GQ article in 2017 when he joined the Golden State Warriors, I don't want to have to be a leader. I'm not a leader. I'm bad at saying, stand behind me and follow me. See, I would suggest that Kevin Durant, he objects to the notion that the team reflects the demeanor of the best player. Because if Kevin Durant were to accept the reality that a team often reflects the demeanor of the best player, then he would have to honor that truth by his actions. Kevin Durant, one of the best players in the history of the game of basketball, like I have stated several times throughout the course of this take. But you do have to remember that Kevin Durant won a championship with the Golden State Warriors, not by coincidence, but because that team already had leaders at play in Draymond Green, in Steph Curry, in Klay Thompson. When Kevin Durant has had to lead a team, not just by his actions, but when he has had to lead a team by his words, when he has had to galvanize a team to a championship like with the Phoenix Suns, you saw they came up short. I don't even think that they made the playoffs this year. I do not think it is a coincidence that Kevin Durant objects to my take, because Kevin Durant isn't objecting to Emmanuel Acho's take. Kevin Durant is objecting to the truth that a team reflects the demeanor of the best player. And Kevin Durant, you have often been the best player. But when the team reflects your demeanor as the best player, where has that team gotten to? But when you get to join a super team like the Golden State Warriors, obviously you win championships and you become a multiple-time finals MVP, of which no one can take away. So in conclusion, I do not think that you have to have played a sport to speak on a sport. I just believe you have to have done your homework on that sport. In conclusion, I think we always have to be mindful of the appeal to authority fallacy. Somebody can't just say, hey, believe me because I'm an expert. Are they actually doing their research? And ultimately, in conclusion, teams reflect the demeanor of the leader, of the best player. So how are you leading your team? James Jones, what was your reaction to KD's reaction, to my reaction, to the words?
Oh, man, you need to be up here for that. You was good solo dolo. One thing I will say, man, and even to be honest with you, just for a lot of the young kids out there, this ain't even got nothing to do with KD. Whether we do our homework up here, whether we don't do our homework up here, if we don't attack your character, if we don't attack you as a father, as a man and all that, why are you worried about what people talking about up here, to be honest with you, man? Handle business. You a top 15 player of all time for a reason because you are like that. Why are you worried about what's going on up here, man? You know what I'm saying? In a situation that really didn't even involve you, you know what I'm saying? And whether you didn't like it or not, like, why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about it? And this goes to all the athletes out there. No matter how great you are, no matter how bad you are, people are always going to have something to say. That's just the nature of the business that you are in. Accept it, continue to go get buckets. Accept it and continue to go score touchdowns. We do our homework up here. So we are going to speak on what we believe, whether you believe it or not. But as a basketball player, one of the greatest ones ever, to get into this, let's go get buckets.
Go get buckets. Go get buckets. I also think, James, it will be fascinating now to get from off the basketball court back onto the basketball court. The Celtics do
really
yes,
quick.
sir.
James and Jordan, as your father, if I ever see you tweeting back at somebody like this, I'm going to get on you so tough. And I'm going to tell you that you so soft and all that type of stuff. So just know, as a dad, quit worrying about what everybody talking about. Do you? Do you?
There was also a lot I needed to clarify in regards to the quitting football to pursue media, but that's that's personal. I'll digress.
Yeah, and you know what? He should have, because he should have just said Acho in there. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. All the pressure's on the Knicks. You cannot get back on that plane to Boston. You cannot get back on that plane to Boston and have a whole lot of confidence getting on that plane, because going back to Boston, all the pressure's going to be on you in Boston, too. A non-Jayson Tatum team and you lose 3 straight, and you guys is up 3-1, you cannot get back on that plane. This is an absolute must-win. And not only that, it's a must-dominate, Acho. Wow. Like, do not play with your food. They cannot come in here and have this game close going into the fourth quarter. And I know the Celtics, they got a heart of a champion. They're going to play some good basketball. But you have to put your foot on their throat early and often in this game to let the Boston Celtics know, hey, man, good run, good game last time, but y'all season over, man. Good luck next year trying to chase this championship. But this year, it's our turn to go chase one early and often. Jalen Brunson has to come out aggressive. They have to put their foot on the throat early. This is a must-win. You do not want to get back on that plane going to Boston for a Game 7.
It's interesting because the Celtics are obviously down this series 2-3. However, the point differential in this series favors the Celtics because when the Celtics win, they beat the brakes off of the Knicks. When the Knicks win, they have won by 3 points. They have won by 1 point. They have won going away by 8 points. I think all the pressure is, in fact, on the Knicks, but I wonder how they will do and if they will succumb to the pressure. That's my question. I wonder if they'll succumb to the pressure. If you looked into the eyes of the Celtics at the end of the game, last game, Game 5, they were not scared. Yeah. They were not worried. They were not afraid. Jaylen Brown is a Finals MVP for a reason. Derek White is a seasoned veteran in the National Basketball Association. Joe Mazzulla is one of the youngest, brightest minds in all of sports coaching for a reason. This is a physically tough team. Yeah. This is an emotionally solidified team. I think the Celtics can get it done, and I would not at all be surprised if the Celtics
And this is Jaylen Brown's time, though. Like, you done had JT on the side of you. Everybody say JT the best basketball player on the team. Everybody say this is his team. He the leader of the team. This is your opportunity to show them, like, I'm that dude, too. I can lead a team, too, without Jayson Tatum. You could tell he's taking pride in that. You showed some clips yesterday of him dapping everybody up when the game was over on his team. And it wasn't no dap up like good season. It was a dap up like we are going to come back to the crib. This is his opportunity to show that he can lead an organization, too. And it's not just I got MVP because all the attention is on Tatum. This is his opportunity to show I can be the main guy and take a team there, too.
Very quickly, James, got to move to the West. We get Game 7. No better words in sports, no better congruence or comment. Nikola Jokic gave you 25 plus 8 assists plus double-digit rebounds. Who do you have more faith in, James Jones, this Sunday for Game 7? Is it the Thunder? Is it the Nuggets?
I got to answer this question? Gosh, Leash, you got one champion. You got a young team that get a Game 7 at home that's been dominant at home all year long. I mean, the games ain't even been close. This is going to be a heck of a basketball game, but if I got to give the edge to somebody, I'm going to give the edge to the OKC Thunder just because they are at the crib and the way they have played at home all season long. Shea's been dominant. They have been dominant. I think this is going to be a game that's going to come down to a possession in the fourth quarter, but I think the OKC Thunder make that play to win the game. But gosh, I don't want to go against Jokic in the game 7 because I know he's going to come out aggressive. I know he's going to come out shooting, making everybody around him better. But I'm going to take the Thunder and Shea at home to close out a game 7 and get to the Western Conference Finals.
The Thunder are the better team. The Thunder are at home. The Thunder are the 1 seed.
Can't go against Joker, huh?
That's why I'm picking the Nuggets.
I know.
I can't go against Joker. Somebody texted me yesterday regarding the Eagles' schedule, and they said, Acho, the Eagles' schedule's tough, but what do you think about the Eagles' schedule? I said, they're still the Eagles.
Yep.
Give the champions the respect that the champions are due. The Denver Nuggets 2 years ago, they were champions. Jokic, Murray, Gordon, even Porter, champions. Brown, champions. Give the respect to the champions until the Thunder can knock off a team that has hoisted a trophy, a team that is more close, I would suggest, than any other remaining team in the playoffs because they lost their coach and their GM. So they just had to rally together and say, hey, we going to get this done together. I got to give respect to the Nuggets. Would not at all be surprised if the Thunder get it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. This is going to be. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.